I have to fill me up, and it has to be running over, and you can get what's left.
Hey, who knew I would be the one? Yeah, I knew. Talented, but they don't work as hard as I do. Running on E, talk big game, can't run it on me.
Hey guys, what's up, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I wanted to give you guys 10 tips for helping you enter your soft girl era. Like, I really want to offer some valuable tips to you guys, some things that have helped myself, and I also want to help you guys as well. So yeah, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hey you guys, what's up? So as you guys already know, today's video, I just wanted to kind of like talk about things that I have been doing to just create a soft life for myself. When you kind of look up like what the soft girl life or soft life, soft lifestyle, what all that entails, I think a lot of the times they try to make it seem like soft life is just like this unattainable, only reserved for people that are financially well off to be able to get a piece of that. And that's not true. So for today's video, that's what I wanted to talk about, while I of course do some makeup therapy in between. I do have some talking points that I end up typing up because I wanted to kind of like keep this video on track and not get too lost in the sauce of just like, you know, rambling. Okay, so I didn't do my skin prep, so I'm gonna go ahead and prep my skin with you guys. Everything that I use is gonna be listed in the description below because I kind of don't want to drag it. But yeah, let's get into it. So the whole soft life trend is honestly one of my favorite trends, and I feel like it should be one of the trends that's forever here to stay. They deserve to live a calm, fulfilling, and a fruitful life. I feel like everybody deserves to live that life, no matter what level that is. People deserve to have some type of peace, okay? Everything in your life should just not always be chaos. Like chaos, I can't do it. I don't thrive in chaos. That to me is just too low vibrational when you try to operate in chaos. Like, that's just not my thing. I feel like when soft life first started making its rounds on the internet, it seemed like it was just advertised as something that was just all about taking trips and buying all these luxury things and just like spa days every day and just everything, to where basically it seemed like the person didn't even work. Like, they just literally like every day, all day was just, how can I say, just always on vacation. Like every day the sun was shining. Like, it was never a gloomy day for them. And I feel like that's just not realistic. And I'm glad that people are really starting to put into perspective, like, soft life is just not like jet setting type of lifestyle. Like, and things that are considered soft life are things that you are already doing. If you think about it, soft life is nothing but you doing things that are honestly deemed not necessary. Ooh, skin's looking healthy. Okay, healthy skin, soft girl era. Okay, your skin should look good. All right, babe, your skin. Start with that. Start with self. Okay, self. That's where your soft girl era, soft girl lifestyle, that's where it begins, with you. It begins with yourself. How you present yourself, that's where it starts. Okay, so the first thing I have done, and what you can do as well to create your soft lifestyle, is by creating healthy boundaries in your relationships. I feel like this is something I touched on last year, when I was just really taking time to step back, do a lot of self-reflection, and weaning out the people in my life that were there to see me succeed. Like, they want to see me succeed, they want to see me grow. Weaning those people out and separating them for the people that just wanted to kind of just like be nosy and low-key like talk down on my name and speak bad on me. And creating healthy boundaries just doesn't stop at friends and family. It also extends to work as well. Creating healthy boundaries is something that is about protecting you and your interests and what you feel is worth being shared in with what people, and also just not allowing yourself to be trampled over. Because personally, I went through that a lot growing up, where I felt like people were disrespectful toward me. And once I learned that these people didn't respect me, and they didn't have any intentions on respecting me, I started drawing a line. I started being a lot more vocal. I started saying, you know, this is acceptable for me, but this can be acceptable for me, but this isn't. And letting people know, like, hey, this is what bothered me, and you know, that's something I'm not willing to deal with on any long-term basis. Like, really just advocating for yourself. That's what creating boundaries is all about. It's all about advocating for you and knowing when to tell people enough is enough, because people will literally run you over for as long as you allow it to happen. I wouldn't say I was somebody that was ran over or nothing like that. I wouldn't say it was to that extreme, like some extreme people pleaser type of situation, but I did have people in my life that were not the best people to confine in. Even though I wanted to have that relationship with them, it just wasn't possible, because when it came down to it, they didn't want the best for me. They just didn't. They only wanted to be in the know of what I had going on, especially the negatives. Oh, baby, they want to be in the know. They can care less what positive you got going on, because they're not going to support the positive. But the negatives, honey, oh, they're all for it. They're all ears, okay? You going through what? Oh, please tell me about it. Like, that type of energy, I don't want. You can keep it. You can definitely keep it. Sometimes people can place very, very, very harsh boundaries that they kind of should ease up on. And I've been somebody that's done this as well. But I definitely try to have, you know, leniency and grace for others, because I do want the same, you know. Okay, so the second thing you want to do as you are entering your soft girl era is to not chase what is not meant for you, because what's meant for you will always be for you. Okay, it will always be for you. Struggle love will never be okay. You should not be in this constant survival mode. Like, it is just not a good feeling to always feel like you're constantly have something that you're worried about. You should try to be in the most calmest state. Even when you're faced with difficult situations, try to keep calm. Whether that's a financial difficulty, in your love life difficulty, a work difficulty, struggling with a friend difficulty. With that being said, learn to prioritize relationships that prioritize you. Whether that's something romantic or a friendship, don't prioritize it, honey. If they don't see you as a priority, then you don't see it as a priority neither. And most people that do this, you know, they have a lot of healing to do with themselves, because if you can't be there for people without it being about you, then, you know, you got a lot of healing to do, honey. Like, a lot of healing to do. And I feel like people that chase things, they're always trying to force it. I notice, like, the more I allow my life to flow, the easier my days become. So the third thing you want to do in your soft girl era is to incorporate self-care. I know this may feel like a given to a lot of people, but you'll be surprised how many women don't take care of themselves. And taking care of yourself is priority, because when you look good, you feel good both inside and outward. Okay, self-care looks like some of the most simplest things that we do as women, honestly, about every other week, at least a couple times a month, which is getting your hair done, getting your nails done, doing your makeup, buying new clothes. Like, all of that is a part of self-care. You should do things that put you in a content, happy state, okay? And then on top of that, self-care isn't just like spending money. Like, you can easily do like an at-home spa treatment. I definitely tend to do those a lot. Doing an at-home spa treatment, listening to your music as you do it, like really just putting yourself in a relaxed, stress-free state. Just really taking time to connect with yourself and get to know you. The thing is, what I noticed about a lot of women around me in my past recent years is that a lot of them are heavily reliant on a man making them happy. And when your happiness is based within a man, girl, how are you going to be when that man ain't around? You're just going to be falling to pieces, because you don't even take care of self. So how can you sit up here and expect for somebody else to take care of you and understand you. Once you learn your self-worth outside of a man, you understand that your relationship is an extension of you. It doesn't define you. I always find that people that have a hard time being alone, they don't like to be left with their own thoughts because it forces them to really take a look inward. And me personally, I love taking that look inward. I love just seeing what's going on with me. What can I do to be a better version of me? Okay, like that's what me time does. That's what self-care does. It just makes me wonder, what can I do to just make sure that I am pouring into my cup before I start pouring into others. I have to fill me up, and it has to be running over, and you can get what's left. Like, I don't pour into people and then leave myself with a cup half full. Like, I just don't do that. I literally pour into me first, and then everyone else gets what runneth over. Okay, like that's how I operate. You know, not only am I able to just go as far as like do beauty treatments alone, girl, I would go eat alone, I would go to the movies alone, I would do things alone. Okay, and it's so crazy because I had somebody that was like, I don't understand how you like go to lunch by yourself. Girl, that's because I love me. Do you love you? I don't think you do. Because if you feel like you need to always be surrounded by people, that means you don't even know how to sit with yourself. Girl, go talk to somebody. You might need a therapist. All right, so the fourth thing you want to do to help jumpstart your soft girl era is to learn how to rest in your femininity. I feel like resting in your femininity is similar to self-care. When you rest in your femininity, you're able to do self-reflection. Very, very important. You're going to hear that a lot. Like a lot of people that are at peace with themselves, they've done a lot of reflection. They've done a lot of inward work, like a lot, okay, to get to that space, to get to that realm, okay? Another thing about resting your femininity, learn to connect with nature. I love to be outside. I love to take walks, listen to nature, listen to what's going on around you, listen to the birds, listen to the winds and the trees rustle. I love that. I love that because I feel like nature signifies something that is so peaceful, but at certain moments it can become so chaotic, but it always returns to this state of peace. Another thing you want to do to make sure you're resting in your femininity is to be creative. Something like this right here, me creating YouTube videos, short form content, you know, TikToks and Reels, that is where I unleash my creativity. I love it. I thrive in it. I feel safe in it. Like being creative is such a welcoming, warm, safe space for me that I could literally remain here all day. So the next thing you want to do as far as like living in your soft girl era is try not to focus on things you cannot control. I used to try to control everything around me. Like I was always trying to control the outcome of every situation, but it took a lot of time and a lot of just like, it took time for me to learn. Of course, I feel like I've been learned this, for me to understand like you can only control yourself. You can only control your attitude, your mindset, your mouth, your facial expressions, your body language. You are in control of self. You cannot control other people. You cannot control the present, and you cannot control the past. Having emotional intelligence, having self-control overall is just something that is just so important to me and should be important to you, because you don't ever want somebody thinking that they can get the best of you. No, they can't have that. They can't have you. They can run that back with somebody else, but you, honey, no, you're gonna be in control at all times. The next thing you want to do to always make sure you're resting in your soft girl era is stop trying to be the hero. Stop trying to save people. And I'm talking from personal experience with this one. You cannot save people from themselves. You cannot. You have to allow people to self-destruct. Don't allow them to take you with them. Okay, people that are on a path of self-destruction, baby, they will take everybody with them. Not saying they're even doing it on purpose, but their self-destructive ways will lay wasteland to people around them. And sometimes those people don't even care, honestly. Even if you bring it to their attention that they are self-destructing and it is causing issues with you or friends or family or whatever the case it may be, a significant other, they don't care. People like that, they don't care about who they're harming in the midst of their self-destruction. You can't save them. Only therapy can save them. Therapy, okay? A lot of it, all right? That's what can save them. It is not your job to try and fix people, okay? It is not your job to try and heal people, okay? It is not your job to be their therapist. No. Now, I'm not saying you can't be there to offer a lending ear, listen to their problems, and if they want you to offer a solution, then go ahead. But if, they just want somebody to listen to their BS, I guess, just listen. And when you decide that, enough is enough, as in them pouring onto you or, weighing you down with their problems, you can just, cut the conversation short. Say, hey, you know what, sis, glad to talk to you about this, but, I'm going to check out of this conversation. Did never allow people to dump on you. Like, never. People will dump on you and then be like, I feel better. And you're like, okay, after you just dumped all this onto me, you feel better? Glad you feel great, okay? So the next thing you want to do in your soft girl era is firmly believe and accept that you are worthy and deserving. I feel like people constantly, especially in this day and age, there's a lot of comparison to what other people are doing, right? If you want love, you have to accept the fact that you are willing and deserving of love. If you want that better job position that you're going out for at your current company, you have to accept the fact that you are worthy and deserving. Self-doubt, honey, does not belong nowhere in your mind. Even though it's going to enter from time to time, do your best to always immediately push it and block it out. Because the minute you doubt yourself, then that's when things don't happen. You're going to kill your own dreams and your own joy by having too much self-doubt, okay? My next point is to make sure you prioritize your joy. I feel a lot of times people forget to do what makes them happy. You ever heard of the term simple joys? Like for me, one of my simple joys is getting out of the shower and having a hot towel warmer. Simple joys. Simple, so small, but it makes all the difference for me. Or the simple joy of eating my favorite chicken Caesar salad. That's what I did. I started doing things that made me happy. Even though, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all, I had family members that were questioning the decisions that I would make because it was something that they never did, they never thought of doing, or they never thought they were capable of doing. A lot of times people displace their own lack of drive, their own lack of wanting better for themselves. They place that on other people because they don't want you feeling good about yourself because they never felt good about themselves. They didn't prioritize their happiness and their joy, so they don't want you to prioritize your happiness and your joy. They never stepped out of their comfort zone, so they don't want you to ever step out of your comfort zone. People, I swear, watch, let you start making yourself happy and watch how those that are truly not happy for you, watch how it just seeps out in the smallest bit of comments. Of course, you don't want to read too deep, but the smallest little comments, the little side little remarks, they come out real slow. So the next thing you need to do to enter your soft girl era or soft lifestyle is to speak to yourself kindly. Honestly, life is already hard enough. So be kind to yourself. Speak to yourself in a positive way. Even when you're having a bad day, there is something positive that can come out of even having a bad day. You still being alive and be able to wake up the next day is still something positive. Even when the day just went AWOL, get up, look in the mirror, and say some positive affirmations or meditate a little bit. Even if you give yourself 5 minutes of just meditation. So my last and final tip for making sure you create a soft life for yourself, to remove what no longer serves you. I don't care who it is or what it is. If it no longer serves me, it has to be removed. Of course, when it comes down to people, you know how it is. Anybody that's negative, always trying to find a negative in a positive situation, or never having anything positive to say about you overall. People that try to build themselves up off the back of you, honey, they need to go, because they are struggling with their self-worth and they have to bring you down in order to make themselves feel better. Oh baby, they need to be gone today, right now. Like, cut them off. And me, I try my best to always transfer good energy to people. I don't want people to feel like they are exhausted when they get done dealing with me. And also, removing things that no longer serve you also apply to your home, baby, your home, your castle, okay? Think of it as, if your space becomes cluttered, your mind becomes cluttered. So you need to declutter your home. Removing people that are going to weigh you down mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Get rid of that. And get rid of that. So basically, you guys, that was it as far as like my 10 tips for helping you create a more soft life for yourself. All right guys, so I am going to finish doing my makeup and adding, like, you know, the finishing touches, because I clearly finished my 10 tips way before I even finish my makeup, y'all. All right guys, so we're back, and clearly I'm going to finish doing my makeup. So you guys, that's going to be it for my 10 tips on just creating your soft life or getting into your soft girl era. Honestly, when you hear all these tips, it's like, wow, these are things that a lot of people already knew, but it's just continuously applying them. It's already chaotic enough, so why not lighten your load by being one less chaotic person in it? Trust me, I still have a lot of times like I am drawing boundaries. I always try to think before I respond, but I always try to be soft and sweet when I come across, but firm. It's just like, yo, like, you're just gonna be constantly a work in progress, and just never stop working at it, never, because only you can make the changes within, so they can start to reflect outward, and you will notice that different people will gravitate towards you as well. And like, just an extra tip, make sure you surround yourself with like-minded people. So yeah, you guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure you give it a huge thumbs up, and thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys on my next video.